Mike, you got to go back to your home state last Saturday, put up a 100-yard game. What did that mean to you personally?
It felt good. I had a lot of family there, from my uncles, aunties, and grandma, and parents, and brothers and sisters. So it was real cool to have a good game in front of my peers.
Last two times you've been up in that state, you've scored a kind of a game icing touchdown. Is that are you asking the coaches to try and get that, or what does that mean to you?
No, I haven't actually. It just happened that way the last couple of years. Got a hot hand, and coach stuck with me towards the end, and it worked out for us.
What has
Mike,
been the change? What has been the change in the mentality or schematics of the run game the last couple of weeks?
Really, just to go at dudes. Try not to be more into like the scheme, but more into just attitude and just running guys over and just running right at guys. That was our attitude, and it's been working out for us the last couple of weeks.
I mean, because it took a while against Michigan State.
Yeah.
I think more than half the yards came in the fourth quarter. Could you sense you kind of grinding them down and wearing them out a little bit?
Yeah, all you gotta do is run hard. A lot of teams eventually fold, and it was starting to happen in the fourth quarter, and that's when it typically does happen.
And how much of a sense was there on the team that unless we can have balance, true balance, and be able to run the ball when we have to run it, as we get into bad weather, we're not going to be the kind of team we want to be. We have to be able to do more than throw the ball.
Yeah, most definitely. You got to have a good balance, especially like you said in November, where it get real grimy and really good teams start to show up. And I feel like if we keep our balance, we'll be a good team.
Mike, do you just really not like Michigan State? I mean, you've had your two best games the past two seasons against Michigan State, 18 yards last year per carry, and then this year. What is it about playing Michigan State that you've just been so effective?
I don't know. I mean, it just happened that way, I guess. I mean, have a good day against Michigan State.
Do you get the sense that, obviously 2 weeks ago we talked to you about getting the running game going, and last week you're going to get 120 yards as a team against that defense. Is this running game where it needs to be now as we move these finals in the early season?
I wouldn't say where it needs to be, or we have 200 yards apiece.
Okay.
But I feel like it is improving, and we still putting force onto it to improve it even more. So I think we're getting better each week, and if we keep that going, it'd be good for us for this long stretch.
We asked Coach Alfred last week about the decision to play you guys separate drives for the most part. As the running back, do you like that? Do you care? I mean, I know sometimes you've talked about getting into a groove. Is a drive long enough to do that?
Yeah.
Coming out and affect things?
It depends on how the game is going. Certain situations you would want the ball a lot to get going. Sometimes you started going from the start, and you want him to get his too. So I mean, it depends on how we talking and what scenario we are in. But that's the coach's decision, so it's not really up to.
Mike, it seems like you guys have, though. J.K. got to finish off that fourth quarter because he was rolling a little bit. Last week you got that chance. Is that a little bit of an adjustment to the plan that if it comes down to clutch time and somebody's got the hot hand, that you guys are going to ride it now? Is that the way it's working, or just
as the way it's been the last couple of weeks?
Right.
I don't know if that's how it's gonna be for now on. Maybe it will be, but my job is to just to make sure I give my best when my number is called.
You said that there really weren't changes schematically, but it seems like the RPOs have been reduced to some degree. How true is that, and what kind of difference has that made that you're just kind of going as opposed to reading?
I don't read anything as a quarterback, really,
Right,
for the most part. But I think it's better to to have more straightforward runs. That way, there's no confusion and there's no timidness towards it, or whatever. I just think if we just run at guys like we've been doing old style football, and it's gonna work out for us. Eventually, the defense should break.
Mike, we saw him on the field a couple of times this past weekend, and Urban said he sees his role expanding moving forward. But what do you feel like Tate can maybe do for you guys in the red zone and in those short yardage situations?
A lot of teams, they know Dwayne doesn't want to run the ball, so having Tate in there, it's like another guy to think of, that will pull the ball. And sometimes a lot of defenses, when they see Dwayne in there, they clench down on everything, knowing he's not going to run the ball. But if Tate back there, it kind of loosened him up a little bit. So that was good on the offensive coordinator's part to come up with that.
Mike, you said the last few weeks it's been the running back in rhythm gets the call. Was that the result of a coach's decision, or did you and J.K. say, hey, it'd be really nice if the guy who's getting going that day is the one who gets the carries?
I think a little bit of both. I think me and him have a good relationship to where if I'm closing on 100 yards and it's his drive, that he's go ahead and take it. Or if he's closing on 100 yards or something like that, we just have a good relationship with each other that we can do things like that. But most of the time, it's just the coach's decision.
What was it like for you
Last
during
two
that
questions.
month when you guys were barely averaging 3 yards a carry, when you had to know this is not us or the way it should be? What did you think of that? How did you get through it?
Just come to work every day and then look at the things that we've been doing that haven't been working and try to change a few things to become that force again.
Hey, Mike,
Last question.
with everything that was reported earlier today outside of this building, I understand you tweeted something out like, hey, we're playing Maryland this week.
Yeah, just to
What's
stay
your
focused.
thought?
Yeah, just stay focused on that, on the task at hand. A lot of people get distracted from stuff outside of what we trying to do, and my whole point was just stay focused on Maryland and try to get this win.